What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full Maushold forms and evolution team, I'll be using two Tandemaus, two of the Maushold family of 4, and two of the Maushold family of 3 to make up a team of 6. It's a family of 69 people. Now, these Pokemon outside of the normal physical moveset was actually pretty difficult to use, but I got some quality content for you today. Now, if you're enjoying the theme teams, people have been enjoying the new videos lately, make sure you do drop a like. That does help me out a lot. And what do you think of Maushold as a Pokemon? Let me know about it in the comment section. Alright, first battle here, not really sure of my opponent's name. Someone could translate, that would be awesome. And we have a Taurus lead. Now, this Tandemaus is a Focus Sash set. Now, this is all about actually causing a little bit of salt here. So we've got Thunder Wave as its status move. We've got Water Pulse, Mud Slap, and Fake Tears. The ability is going to be Pick Up here, and we've got the EV spread as Max Speed and Max Special Attack, Timid Nature. The ability didn't really matter too much in this situation. So we got a Terror right off the bat here, and it is going to be a Frozen Taurus. You just have to let it go, people. So I'm going to go for the Mud Slap and the Thunder Wave combination here on the Taurus, and Taurus is now going to go for a close combat. So that's going to be putting me on 1 health. So this Pokemon is kind of threatening, to say the least. So they're going to have a little bit of health taken off there by Mud Slap, but I've got a long way to go before I can do some serious damage here. Now, interesting enough, the Taurus is going to be swapping out there, and we've got the Hydreigon coming in. Oh, it's nice and shiny and green and purple too. So go for that Water Pulse on the swap there. It does a thumping 3 damage, and Hydreigon is going to get paralyzed. Not paralyzed, confused. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit confused. So the Hydreigon now is confused, and it's going to flash me with a Flash Cannon. So that is the end of Tandemaus, but it did a pretty good job there, spreading a little bit of salt. Now, the next Pokemon I'm going to bring here is going to be Tandemaus number 2. Now, this set is a bulky set. I know what you're thinking, but it's a real winner set here. So I've got a bulky Everlight set. We have the moveset as Super Fang, Crunch, Rest, and Charm. Ability is going to be Own Tempo, and the EV spread is Max Health and Max Special Defense, Calm Nature. So it's a pretty bulky set there. As you can see, I'm tanking moves left, right, and center. So getting those 2 fangs off there on Hydreigon, I'm just trying to wear it down at the moment for some of my other Pokemon, like the other Maushold in the back there. And Hydreigon is going to be dropping the Draco, finish off my Tandemaus. But that's all good. Not a bad start there with both those little mouse. Next Pokemon is going to be Maushold. Now, this is the family of 3. So we got the Population Boom, Bite, Tidy Up, and Bullet Seed. Now, I had a couple of these sets here, the multi-hitting ones, but I didn't want to run like all of them like that because it's quite a powerful set. Now, this, just looking up the EVs for this one, so this was a Max Speed, Jolly Nature, Max Attack. We got Wide Lens, Technician as the ability, and that is the item too. So Tidy Up's going to boost his attack and speed and get rid of any entry hazards, substitutes, all that sort of stuff. And it's going to be obviously helping out with Population Boom and the Bullet Seed too. So Technician is going to be powering up all of those moves, as well as Bite too. So that's going to be the end of Hydreigon, and in comes the Roaring Moon here, and it's not going to be doing much roaring after that. So that's the end of that Pokemon. A quality start here. Now the next Pokemon to come out is going to be Mimikyu. I'm like, all right, well I can't use my main stab move there. Let's go ahead and go for the Bullet Seed. So I'm going to break through this disguise here. I'm hoping I can get like a couple of attacks off on Mimikyu, because I can't land too many attacks apart from like, Bite or, Bullet Seed. Unfortunately, it's only going to land a couple of times there, and Maushold is going to faint to a play rough. So that's the end of one of my physical sets. Next one we got here, we got another Maushold. This is family of 3. So this is the shiny one there. They're basically, with the shinies, their clothes just change. So is anyone currently going for a Maushold family of 3? So anyway, we're going to go for a Tickle My Pickle, and this set is, it's not too bad. It's not too good either, but it's not too bad. So we've got a beat up Population Boom again, Bullet Seed, and Tickle. The item is going to be King's Rock, and ability is going to be Technician. Tickle isn't too bad there because you can drop the opponent's attack and defense. The EV spread is the same as the one before, Max Speed, Jolly Nature, and Max Attack. So I managed to get through the Mimikyu with a combination of Tickle and a couple of seeds there. So that was pretty nice, and I got one hit off there to finish off. Now the next Pokemon here is going to be the Supreme Overlord, King Gambit. So I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't have Defiance, so let's go for a Tickle. Now, the problem about this Pokemon here is I didn't have a lot to hit with. In fact, I had hardly anything to hit it with at all. And that was the end of my second Maushold there. So I'm like, okay, this is very, very bad. Like, how am I going to get back into this game? So I'm going to go into my other Maushold. This is a family of 3. So we've got only an echoed voice set here. So I'm like, okay, I need to do something here. So I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave here to start with. I'm going to try and get a substitute up here and try and start to get those echoed voices working. As you use this move in succession, it gets more powerful. It's going to have Guillotine, which is pretty cool there, but it missed, which is very, very good. So now I'm going to throw the substitute up against the King Gambit. King Gambit is going to go for another Guillotine and it misses. I'm like, okay, this is good. I can at least go for a couple of attacking moves before I faint here. Now, a lot of these terrors on these Pokemon, I just ran like normal or ghost mostly. That was all the terrors that I decided to run on this team because it simply worked the best. So I'm going to go for a Terra normal echoed voice here. Now this set is all based around the move echoed voice, and I'm going to try and get as much damage against King Gambit as I can. I have dropped his attack by 1 stage, which is good, but it's still got a lot of attack and, you know, the power of the ability Supreme Overlord too. So getting a nice echoed voice off there, and now it's going to go for an Iron Head. So it's got Iron Head, Coattail Cleave, and it's got Guillotine as well. So I'm assuming that it might have Sucker Punch too. It hasn't actually revealed it, and then it revealed it. So I'm like, okay, that's all of its moveset. So I'm going to go for another echoed voice here on the King Gambit. This is going to do some good damage, but it's still nowhere near enough to actually take it out. Now I'm going to go for another one. I think they may have expected me to swap or something like that, and I just went for another echo voice, and now it's going to go for a Paralyze here. So I'm like, that's really, really good. So they wouldn't be able to attack anyway that turn. Unfortunately, they're going to follow up with the Sucker Punch, and that is the end of my Maushold. So I've only got 1 left, and there's 3 more Pokemon remaining, and, you know, 1 with Close Combat, 1 with Sucker Punch, and I can tell you what, this set is trash. This is a fully special Maushold here. It's got Sub, Mud Shot, Grass Knot, and Hyper Beam. It's not a good set. So I'm going to go for the substitute here. I got around the Sucker Punch there, which is good. Now, this set is a Potato Berry as the item, and we've got Cheek Pouch as the ability. So it does get Cheek Pouch, but, you know, this ability is very much overlooked by everyone that uses this Pokemon because it doesn't really have any way to, you know, really capitalize on it. It doesn't have, like, you know, recycle it and crazy bulk or anything like that. So in comes Cinderace here. I'm going to drop a Mud Shot on it, which is really good. That was super effective. And I also dropped the speed. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for another Mud Shot here. And that's a 3-hit KO. The next one was actually a critical hit. Actually, no, it wasn't a critical hit. It did like, actually, no, it wasn't critical hit. I was going to say, that did a lot more. So anyway, the Cinderace is going to have another speed drop here. And it's going to go for a U-turn. And it's got Libera, of course. And that is easily going to break my sub there. But the great thing about that, I actually put the Cinderace on a low amount of health. So now we've got King Gambit and Cinderace on a low amount of health. Also, it's got the Life Orb too. And it's only this Taurus which is going to be a problem. So now here comes a Taurus. I'm like, well, there's no way I can one-shot this Pokemon. I've got to do something here. It's like, I know that it's got the Close Combat. So let's go for Sub here. Maybe they'll go for Close Combat and, you know, maybe drop their defenses, you know. So they went for the Close Combat, which is good. So I'm like, this is really, really good. I do need that Potato Berry, though, to boost my special attack. It is max speed, max special attack. But I can tell you what, it isn't, you know, the most hardest hitting Pokemon in the world. So at this stage, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for another substitute here. I'm hoping that maybe I'll get lucky and get a Paralysis. If not, I'll just go for Hyper Beam. And then I got the Paralysis. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. This is my only chance. Let's go for the Hyper Beam here. So I'm going to fire that Hyper Beam off on the Taurus, and it's taking it out. I'm coming in clutch, people, with a Hyper Beam Maushold only on Pipnite's channel. So now I'm thinking, right, I've got the sub up. That actually gives me protection against the next move. Why my Maushold is on the recharge, you know. So in comes the King Gambit again. They're almost there on recharge. I can't do anything. It's going to go for a Coattail Cleave, and that's going to slice my sub in half. But then I was like, okay, I've got enough health here to actually go for a final sub. They won't. They're not going to see this one coming either. So I went for the sub here. Sucker Punch are going to fail because I knew they used it. I got the sub off by the skin of my teeth here, and it lives on 1 health, and I ate the Potato Berry as well. Now, with the Cheek Pouch ability, after eating a berry, right, you actually get healed, which is really, really cool there. So now I've got the actual opportunity to go for yet another sub if I really want to. It heals 1/3 of your health there. So the turns out it actually had a Mirror Herb as the item on the King Gambit, and now I can go for a Mud Shot here and finish it off, which is awesome. So that's the end of the King Gambit. All all that's left now is the Cinderace. Man, this battle is crazy. Like, you couldn't tell me at the start of that battle, or even midway through that battle, that I was going to win this. So finally, we're going to go for a Disrespect Grass Sword on the Cinderace, and that, my friends, is the end of the first battle. What a crazy, crazy match that was. Truly, I didn't think I'd win that battle, but man, I guess I just made the right predictions there, and had a good couple of Pokemon to work around Sucker Punch too, which really, really did help. All right, let's get on to battle number 2. We got 4 battles today, if I didn't mention that one already. This is a battle against Alex, and the first Pokemon is going to be Cash. Now, I've got to say this. When I seen Dondozo, I thought the Dondozo might be like, I don't know, like Paldean Whiscash or something like that, or like, I don't know, an evolved form of Whiscash, or some like relation to it, but it wasn't. They just have very, very similar features. So now the Whiscash is going to go for a future sight. Hopefully my future's going to be bright. So I've got the sub up here. I can see the Whiscash has got Quick Claw as well, so it's got Stealth Rock, and it's got Future Sight with the Quick Claw as the item, which is interesting. Now I'm going to go for the Mud Shot here on the Whiscash. As expected, it's going to do very, very little damage, you know. So anyway, the Whiscash is going to be swapping out here. I don't think there's much they can do to me. It seems to be like just I don't know, like a bulky set. And out comes Bulky Boy, which is the Chi-Yu. Now, this Pokemon isn't really known for its bulk, so yeah, I guess that was kind of unlucky for me there. I wish I used Grass Knot 1 turn earlier, because Whiscash would have got absolutely destroyed there. So the Future Sight is going to hit my Substitute there, and it's going to fade it. So I'm like, okay, well, I've got to get rid of this fish here, you know. I wonder if you can guess my opponent's thing. You'll really have to fish for an answer here. So I'm going to drop the speed of the Chi-Yu here. Chi-Yu is going to go for a Fire Spin. So Fire Spin does a fair bit of damage there to me, I guess because the ability and stuff like that. You know, it's very, very, very good Pokemon, this one. So now I'm going to go for Mud Shot. That is going to miss. That was my best attack to use against it. And now it's going to go for a Snarl. So that's the end of my Maushold there. I have to get rid of this fish. So I'm going to go into Tandemaus now. So this Pokemon is the Everlight set. Yeah, that's the Everlight one. So now I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave here. I'm going to see if I can get like a little paralysis strategy going, and maybe, you know, cause just a little bit of salt here. Oh wait, no, this isn't the Everlight one. This is the Focus Sash one. I can see what the strategy is going to be now. So they've got Inferno. Inferno is a very inaccurate move. It's 50% accuracy, but if it lands, it burns. So I can see what they're doing right. They've got the Will-O-Wisp, and they've got the Burn and the Snarl. So it's all ways of like dropping the opponent's stats and, you know, doing extra damage. Matter of fact, I actually did a Chi-Yu set kind of like this in my Chi-Yu moveset guide. Now, if you really want to know how to use, or want to know how to use a Maushold as like a moveset guide, I've actually done a moveset guide of this video, and I'll leave that one in the description of the video pinned up the top. I've done some competitive movesets, and I've done some real fun ones too. So, you know, make sure you check that out. Those are my new moveset guide series I brought to Scarlet and Violet this time. So I'm going to go for a Population Boom there, and that is the end of the Chi-Yu. Next Pokemon is going to be Kissy Fish here, and that, okay, question of the day, most serious question you could ever answer in life. Here it goes. Would you give this Pokemon a kiss? Would you give it a kiss, like right on the lips, or would you not? Answer me honestly, people. I'm only joking. So, anyway, that's going to be the end of my Pokemon here. Kissy Fish is pretty scary. So we're going to go into Maushold here, family of 3. And now to go, Kissy Fish is going to be swapping up there. It's been a while since I've seen Bruxish, so yeah, I actually might have a look at that in the future. So next Pokemon we got here, of course, we got all the we got the Barraskewda here, and I'm going to be going for the Bullet Seed. Unfortunately, Bullet Seed only hits like 2 times, so I would have liked it, 4 times. That would have been nice. And now I can go for the Population Boom here, but I only got 1 hit. Oh, are you serious? And now it's going to go for a Giga Impact. So that is the end of Maushold there. I love it so much, with wide lens when I get, that's a 99% chance to hit too. It happens, people. Like, it happens. It's just my luck. So go for an Echo Voice there on Swimmy Fish, and Swimmy Fish ain't going to be doing too much more swimming. Now, the next Pokemon is the Bulky Girl, which is a Alomomola, right? So I'm going to give, if I can get these, these Echo Voices, just load them up right. Now it's going to go for a Mirror Coat, and Maushold is going to get dropped there. So very, very nice play there by the opponent, running Mirror Coat on Alomomola. So I've only got a couple of mouse here. The family of 69 is decreasing fast. So now it's going to go for an Aqua Jet. It doesn't have a lot of attack, but I guess they were just putting that on there to get some extra damage. So now I'm going to go for a Tidy Up here. I'm going to be boosting my speed and attack, and just honestly, I really need to get back into the game. This Bruxish is, really getting me down right here. It's absolutely destroying me. And of course, there's a Lomamola too. So to get around a Lomamola, you do need a fair bit of attacking, capacity because it's a very, very bulky Pokemon. So now I'm going to go for Bullet Seed here because I had such good, such good luck there with Population Boom there before. And the Lomamola, it would have fainted, but they had a Agwave Berry there, so Lomamola is going to be sticking around. I even hit that with 5 Bullet Seeds there. You wouldn't read about it, so that is going to be I guess another attack there for Lomamola. It's going to be able to go for another Aqua Jet. So now I'm going to go for another Population Boom here. We've got like Whiscash left. There's the Bruxish and like one other fish Pokemon. Okay, so next Pokemon is the Whiscash. So like, well, I've got a Terra here. I may as well go for the Terra and see if I can get maybe like one more KO on this. I think I can take out at least the Whiscash and maybe the Bruxish. So depending on what moves it is. So now I'm going to go into the Terra Ghost here. Very spooky stuff. And now I'm going to go for the Population Boom. And I'm hoping it doesn't get one hit. So this time, it didn't get one hit. It got like a quality, I think it was like 5 or 6 hit there. So that's the end of the Dumb Fish. That's very, very mean there to Paul Whiscash. Next Pokemon is the Kissy Fish. And Kissy Fish has got Aqua Jet too. I was hoping that it didn't. And unfortunately, that is going to take out the Maushold. And that is the end of the Maushold. The household is empty. And that was the second battle there. So Alex had like a fish team. Pretty cool there, but I got trolled thoroughly. Let's get on to battle number 3. This is a battle against Psymaster 69 on 92. And we got a Slowking lead. Now, I actually have to do a new fish team as well. So I'll probably do one like that in the future with some of the new Gen 9 Pokemon and some of the other Pokemon they haven't used for a long time. I think their other Pokemon they used was like Veluza, but I didn't get to it. So this Slowking, right, this is very, very mean. This Slowking, right, it kept using chilling water against my Tandemaus. And, this Tandemaus isn't exactly built for speed. Matter of fact, it's not really built for anything. So I was really trying to get some attacks off here to feint it, but Slowking, I'm being slow bro at the moment, was just too bulky, and I didn't have any attack EVs or anything. So it's sort of like a race to who was going to win here. Was it going to be Tandemaus or was it going to be Slowking? I was doing like 2 damage and, Slowking was doing a little bit more than 2. And then it popped out a Psychic and I'm like, okay, I'm probably not going to live this one. And of course, Slowking lives on like 1 health and finishing me off there with the Psychic. So very, very sad stuff there for Tandemaus. Rest in peace in the comment section and all that sort of stuff there. So since Slowking is on such a low amount of health here, I thought, well, no, I may as well make good use of this. I might be able to even set up here. However, Slowking is going to be swapping out, and we got the Hatterene coming in here. So I went for Echo Voice. I thought this would be a good time to try and build it up, So this Echo Voice isn't all that bad. Matter of fact, I believe I've used the Echo Voice set in one of my other Gen 9 teams. One of the early ones that I did use it. And I actually had some, pretty good results, I have to say so myself. So now I'm going to go for the Echo Voice here. I'm doing lots of damage there. Giga Drain is just simply not going to be enough to take out the Maushold. And it's not going to be enough to sustain the Hatterene's health too. So I'm using this more and more and more. And it's getting close to capping out there and being very, very powerful. And with Technician as the ability too, it's just like very, very powerful indeed. Oh, wow. Look at that. How is that timing? I swear to you, I didn't do that on purpose. So next Pokemon is indeed, it's going to be fainting in one shot there. And now I am on a roll. The opponent is screaming. Oh, I did it again. Okay, that one was on purpose. So now I'm going to go for the Echo Voice here, and Screamtail is going to be screaming. So that's 3 Pokemon down. I'm sweeping through right now. Out comes old Medicham, and Medicham is going to go for the Tech there. So that's going to stop my attack, and I'm just going to keep going for the Echo Voice here, right? I've got absolutely nothing to lose. That's also why I ran on some of these sets I like to run. This was a Terra Normal, by the way. The one that I ran the Ghost on was the one you got to see before, but all the other ones were either normal. So the Maushold 4 was the one I ran Ghost on, but all the rest were virtually normal. So out comes Hypno. Thanks to the doctor, my hip no longer hurts, and unfortunately, Maushold is going to be hurting after that Psychic. So the next Pokemon I'm going to bring in is going to be Tandemaus, and this is going to be obviously going for the fake tears here. I'm going to try and drop that special defense and get a solid hit in there, some solid performance. Now, the Hypno is going to go for a Thunder Wave here. It came out of its little yo-yo yo-yo pendulum thing. And I was thinking, well, maybe one hit to take it out. However, they're going to swap their Hypno out, and in comes this Slowking again. Since it had regenerated, it did get some health back, and I was hoping it didn't have, like, slack off or anything like that, because that'd be really, really annoying. Now the Slowking, right, is going to be going for its Psychic, and it didn't. It went for Effect instead, so I thought, okay, well, I've got another chance. So now I'm going to go for a Fake Tears here and drop the Special Defense on this Slowking. I still got a lot of Pokemon left, though. So now Slowking's going to go for the Chilling Water. It almost dumpstered me in one shot there. That was really, really close. And now this Slowking is going to be swapping out. Now, on this turn, I went for the Grass Knot. Sorry, I went for the Mud Slap. And Mud Slap does, like, hardly anything. So I'm like, okay, maybe Slowking will come in on this thing. I'll go for the Grass Knot. So now the Hypno's going to go for the Psychic, and that is the end of Tandemaus. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I've still got half my team anyway. All I've got to beat is the Hypno and the Slowking. It should be good. So go for the Mud Shot there. That's going to do hardly anything to the Hypno at all. I'm saving my Hyper Beam for that Slowking. I just want to get rid of it in case it does have the slack off. Now, the Hypno's going to go for a Poison Gas there, and funnily enough, my Maushold is, it's poison. So now I'm going to go for another Mud Shot here, and the Hypno lives on 1 health, and it's obviously going to be going for another Psychic here. Psychic seems to be its most powerful move that they have there, right? So it's a 2-hit KO, and I've got, like, one more turn to live after this current turn here. So all I got to do is go for a Disrespect Grass Knot on the Hypno and then go for a Hyper Beam on the Slowking. And that should be enough to take it out, unless something disastrous happens. You never know, like, when disastrous things actually happen. Oh, yeah, I've got my Potato Berry boost too, which is going to give me a special attack boost. And it's also going to, with the Cheek Pouch ability, is also going to heal me up a third of my health, which is really, really good. So final Pokemon here is the Slowking. It got all of its little regenerator boost back there. And now I'm going to go for the Terra normal Maushold here. And we're going to go for that Hyper Beam again. It looks pretty cool with its little dew on the top of its head, but it's not as good as Sandy Shocks, because that actually, like, spins around there. So it's going to be a double Terra here. I was like, I wonder what my opponent is going to Terra their Slowking into. They Terra it into a Ground type, which is interesting. So a Ground type Slowking. Not bad there. It's good for Slowking because it can get around any of those electric type moves. So firing that High Beam off there on the Slowking, and Slowking is not going to stand a chancey. And that is the end of the Slowking. Thank goodness. And that is also the end of the third battle there. That's actually a pretty cool trainer card. Looks like, there you go, there's, like, doing the little peace sign, and the Sprigatio is doing, like, the little paw there. All right, fourth and final battle here. I'm not sure what my opponent's name is here, but I know they've got a Cinderace lead. So in the team preview, I was very, very scared of this team because, there was a lot of counters. So straight off the bat there, the opponent is going to go for a high jump. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of these battles. So I lived on 1 health here. I've got the Focus Sash. And I thought, that my best play here to help out the rest of my team is going to be the Thunder Wave. So now that I've slowed down the Cinderace, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with, right? So I was like, I'm going to go for the Mud Slap here. I'm going to see if I can drop the accuracy. I may even be able to get, like, a Salty Swap, and the Cinderace gets paralyzed. I'm like, okay, that's really good. Let's go for a Fake Tears, and then I'll go for a Water Pulse, and I'll pulse out this Cinderace. Unfortunately for me, this Cinderace gets through the paralysis, and it lands its high jump kick too on 1 health. I'm like, man, that was really, really risky. So I'm like, okay, I know what to do here. So I know the opponent's probably going to go for a high jump kick again, since they did go for it when I was on 1 health. So I thought they definitely gobble this hook, line, and sinker and take the bait. So I went for that Terra Ghost here, as I was explaining before. And on this turn, I can go for the Tidy Up, and that'll give me a free boost there in my speed in attack. So outspeeding the Cinderace, not that it really took much because it is paralyzed there. I like the animation of Tidy Up too, because I guess it does, when you think about it, it does almost represent a sweep. So high jump kick is going to slide on right through me, and now the Cinderace is going to crash. So I thought, well, maybe they'll swap here, being at a overwhelming disadvantage. So I went for another Tidy Up. It's like, I might as well go for it, right? So Cinderace got paralyzed again there, and then I went for a Population Boom, and that is the end of Cinderace. So at the moment, this Maushold is absolutely stacked. Next Pokemon is going to be Charizard. This time it is flying, and I'm going for the Population Boom here. And that is going to be the end of the Charizard. So 2 Pokemon down here, which is good. Now the next Pokemon, what is this? Eisen Bundle? Eisen Bundle. Did I say that right? What is that? Is that like... Wait, that's German, right? I must have it. I know that I've got it right this time. It's not French, it's German. It's got to be the wrong one, isn't it? So next Pokemon to come out, I took out the Iron Bundle, is going to be Baxcalibur. So Baxcalibur is going to be a Terra here. This is a little Timmy Terra here. They're really trying to stay into this game. And I was thinking, okay, I hope this isn't like Ghost, and it's going to be Dark. So I'm like, okay, that's good. That's fine. I mean, the most this could probably do to me would be like Ice Shard. So go for the population boom again there. Each hit is hitting very, very hard. So that was 5 hits to take out the Baxcalibur, which is good. So now they've used up their Terra, which is great. So 2 more Pokemon, and we can get a full-on sweep. Next Pokemon was the Dragonite. I'm fine. I can live at E-Speed because I'm Ghost, and they cancelled. That's it, people. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.